okay. It should be fixed now. Wait. Wait! My model is not reacting to me. YouTube Studio, you little bitch. Man. One thing works, the other one doesn't. Let me turn my camera off and on. Oh, it's not properly attached. I love when this stuff happens, man. Come on, YouTube Studio, don't be a little bitch. 1 second. Gotta restart it. I don't know why that happened. Sometimes it just disconnects from my camera. And then I have to restart it so it works again. Very stupid. Okay. That should work again. Go away. Where's it? YouTube Studio. There. Now it just needs to spawn. There it is. Anyways. My voice sounds crusty still. Very sorry. might sound even crustier later today. Right, there was something on the ankles that I wanted to add. Saw that last time when I looked into the sketch again. I forgot a bone. Well. I wonder how tonight's horror game will go for me. Because I don't really know anything about that one either. Good morning, Bernard. Commander Crystal. Yes, good morning. It's almost 12. Well, in an hour it is. But we all know how fast time passes when I'm drawing, so... Okay, let me just... add in the skin color. Go. Yeah. I hope you guys had a blast yesterday during my stream. I don't know why, but I always smack my face, like with my palms into my face when I get scared. So I smashed the microphone into my face quite a few times. But like looking back into the VOD, it wasn't that noticeable. It was just noticeable that the microphone was closer to my face. Because I didn't adjust it properly. Man. I will never understand people who play horror games as a hobby. I don't know how that brings people joy. Like one thing I notice is I always get like a headache, a stress headache whenever I play them. It's so weird. But at the same time, I have to laugh at myself whenever I get scared. Especially because you know there are jump scares and stuff, right? I get more scared about knowing that there are jump scares. Because I hate them so much. But I mean, as long as it is enjoyable. I mean, some of the cases were interesting. It's too bad that you don't have the time to read into them too much, because then you die as well. Well, how do you injure your face having my microphone back with sort of jump scare? I know, right? I need to buy a standing microphone at some point, like a good one, so my voice doesn't sound so muffled all the time as well. Something I noticed a lot during my streams. My voice sounds really like I'm under a blanket sometimes. I mean, I got this headset a few years ago, mainly because I was playing games with friends. And we were like in voice chat when we played them. every now and then, like MMORPGs and stuff like that, or party box things. And I used to have a cat ear headset before that, but the microphone of that one is busted, and also it's broken by now anyways. So I got this one, and the microphone is okay, but it has issues sometimes. Thought you were just under a blanket. Yeah, I'm under a blanket all the time because I'm so scared. That's how I get my confidence. Stay under blanket. Get a heat stroke, man. I just need to look like... I don't know how expensive good microphones are. I don't need the best, obviously. I don't want ASMR shit. I hate ASMR. I just want a good microphone that doesn't make me sound like I'm hiding under a blanket. I know that that's something I have to spend money on. So it is a more enjoyable experience for you guys as well. 50 to 500 euros, yeah. I mean, I will most likely like soon talk to somebody who's like building PCs as a hobby, because he's German and that's like easier for me to understand what kind of stuff I'm supposed to look for. Then if I talk about it with like Chess, for example, like he has an idea about it, but it is more difficult for me to understand because I don't know shit about PCs, and understanding it in a different language with like terms that I don't even know because of that, it's difficult. So yeah, I might be looking into a new PC soon because my laptop is annoying me with its noise. I don't like taking my headset off and all I hear is shh. It's really annoying. Plus I feel bad to tax it so much. Like, I will still use it, especially if I should do, like, I don't know, cooking streams or whatever someday. So that is something it will be really useful for. But I would like to have a PC soon. And when I do that, I'm gonna look into a microphone as well. So I can stop hiding under my blanket. I guess the one I have now is like okay for a start, right? But it's been a year now. Might as well get one. Also because my working contract has been extended to next year. So I will have the money for that. Congrats, thank you. You know, the weird part about it is they extended it as a we have a word for that in German. I don't know if there's one in English. Like, you have a part-time worker, you have a full-time worker, and then you have interns who usually don't get paid, and then you have student workers. And I'm basically registered as a student worker, which means I have some reduction of taxes, I believe, or something. I'm not quite sure how exactly that works anymore, and I basically sit under the rule that I'm not allowed to work more than 20 hours a week. Because if you work more than 20 hours a week, it counts your job as a priority and basically will say that you don't invest enough time for your studies anymore. Which is basically stating you're not a student anymore, but a full-time worker then. So yeah. There's no skin on the arm, that's just the fabric. Yep. The legs are bare though. Them legs. I bought a new skill, Calliope? For about 50 years on Black Friday. It's not right. Oh, right, Black Friday is soon as well, isn't it? Maybe I should wait for that. Always forget about that day. I bought my laptop on Black Friday because it was reduced by like 300 euros or something. Instead of 2k, I spent 1.7k or something. Really nice. Real nice. 25th November, yeah. So basically, There will be a week in November. I think it's the second week, wait. Oopsie. Yeah. Is it? No. I think it's the third week in November, if I'm not mistaken. The third week in November, yeah, because that's when Pokemon is released, and that's the week, yes. In the third week of November, I don't know if or how much I can stream because I have to go to university from 1 a.m. to like almost 6 p.m. At 1 a.m. That would be crazy. 10 a.m., 9 a.m., something around that. Yeah. So I will be home pretty late. And I don't know how much work I have to do during that week because it's based on project management. And it's a group project as well, but I need that class for like finishing my studies. Yeah. So I might be more or less gone for a week in November. We'll see. Maybe I have time to hold an art stream every now and then to relax a bit, but I don't think I will play games. Because games require so much focus. And yeah, that won't be really there because when I get home from university, I'm always fucking tired. But let me remember, what was that when I went to university because of, we had like 2 days, if you remember, where we had to present our projects, the one where I did my little sister's model. We had to go there for like, was it 1 day or was it 2 days? I don't even remember anymore. But that, and also when I had to go there because of my internship blah blah presentation. Man, I came home and I was so fucking tired, I just instantly fell asleep on my bed when I got home. Cities make me so tired. I don't know, it's the air. It's so heavy compared to where I live. Like, the air here is rather clean compared to cities. It's like whenever I go into the city, even if it's just for 2 hours, I come home and I have a headache and I'm tired and I feel nasty. It's 25th now. Now November. What the fuck? I'm so stupid. But yeah. Prepare for a better microphone sometime in November then, I guess. Oopsie. And maybe some Assassin's Creed games as well once I have the PC. Also, did you guys see the news about Witcher? They're remaking the first Witcher with the new engine. I'm kind of excited for that, not gonna lie. Imagine they would also do this the second one and kind of like throw the third one in there and like not completely remake it, but like fix it up a bit. That would be insane, man. I doubt that will happen, but man. I would like to play the first one. I experienced part of the second and of course the third. But the first one I have no experience of. Would be kind of nice. Especially if the controls are better than in the third. I did not like the controls in that game. Never played first and second. I watched someone play the second. Never the first. I just saw some bits of the first and I'm like, oh yeah, you can tell this game is old. I find it funny how Geralt looks like such a twig in the first one. In the second one he's a little bit broader and then in the third he's just like a fucking bodybuilder. He's like so wide, his shoulders got huge. He's grown a lot. Never played for anything. Character development. That's one way to put it. And I don't even think there's so much time in between those games, is there? Like, man. I just remember in the second one he lost his memories. And was accused of killing the king or something. But I don't remember much of it anymore. I just remember thinking Trish is a bitch because she knew about Yennefer and still was like, ah! Let's go swim in this weird fountain thingy, whatever. Fuck your girlfriend. Or something like that. I was like, excuse me? But okay. The new season of the TV show should be around summer 2023. Wow, a lot of stuff happening summer 2023. Wait, wasn't there an announcement for Last of Us by HBO as well? Wonder how that one will turn out. I saw people pretty angry about the actors again, like usual. Find it funny how like the two main characters are also like I mean not main characters but important characters in Game of Thrones. And it's HBO as well again. But yeah. Well, yeah. Lots of stuff coming out next year. From games and shows. I'm excited for the Nier Automata anime. That's like an anime I'm actually going to watch once it comes out. Preferable. I hope they keep the same voice actors as they have in the game. That would be fucking amazing, man. That would be so cool. Like, I'm mainly excited because the game was just so amazing. I wonder how good the game's going to be. The anime is going to be. Excited for that one. And then there's like a cartoon thinking coming out as well in summer next year that I wanna watch. I don't know where it's going to be released, but I want to watch it. Too much stuff going on. There's like there's a Pokemon lamp I really want. I was expecting to have nightmares tonight, right? Because I played a horror game and yeah, you know, your brain has to process stuff you did during the day. Well, I didn't, but I did wake up twice. Once because Maple was growling. That was like the funniest shit ever. But I had to separate them. Basically, I have two cat beds, right? One is here, and the other one is laying like next to it like this. And this is where my desk is. This is where I'm sitting right now. Usually, this one here was Maple's, but Maru decided to like lay in it every now and then. I don't know why they like them so much. They are like not comfortable looking. They are pretty hard and they are like literally laying on the floor. And usually cats prefer like high grounds. Anyways, so lately Maru is like sleeping in this one, and Maple sleeps in the new one, right? And I woke up, and Maple was like she was like long cat, laying in here. And Maru wanted to go lay with her and cuddle. So she was just sitting there and her head was like... She was like loafing. And Maple bashed her head. She was like sitting here because she wanted to cuddle. And Maple kept like slapping her head and growling because she didn't want her in the bed. But she was just laying there like, please accept me. I want to sleep here with you. She didn't care about the head beating, man. So, because Maple was growling, I was like, okay, this is not going to happen. I don't want Maple to get upset. So I took Maru and put her in the other bed again, and she went back to sleep, but was sad. Because Maple didn't want her around. Would have been too cute if they slept together. But they only sleep together if Maple's the one that decides to lay in the same bed. And that only happened because there was only one bed for a time. I bought a second one because they kept like wanting to be in the bed, like both of them. And then the other one would sleep on the floor or something, instead of like all the spaces that they have to sleep on in my room. So okay, I'm gonna get a second one that's almost the same as the first one. And they seem to like it. Now they keep switching in between those two all the time. Used to have cat bed, but they always slept on my bed. So I mean, my cats don't, sadly. The last cat that slept on the bed was Snecko. Was like Maple used to sleep on my bed as well when she was younger, but she stopped doing it at some point. And ever since then, she's not really sleeping on there anymore. At least not with me. She's like sleeping on there whenever she isn't feeling well. She goes onto my bed and lays there. And like really rarely she just sleeps on there, but most of the time not anymore. I don't know why that is, but she stopped doing it. Only some hot days during summer they prefer sleep on the floor. Yeah, during summer. I feel like maybe that's the reason that Maple stopped doing it, because of how hot it was upstairs during the summer. That might be a reason. Oops. And yeah, ever since then she used to sleep like on my old desk upstairs, in the corner of it. But other than that, as soon as I moved downstairs, she kept sleeping in the bed on the floor, because that used to be a dog bed. And she claimed it for herself, so ever since then it's hers. Yeah. I bought like a few beds because like, maybe she just likes cat beds, right? Well, no, she has like another cat bed in another corner of my new room. But she doesn't, like, she slept in there a little bit when Maru started sleeping in my room, but only then, kind of. But other than that, they sometimes sleep on the scratching thingy on top of it. Or they might sleep on the area in front of the window, because there's like a baby blanket there for cats. And she used to sleep in an Amazon delivery box that I tossed away because she puked into it when she wasn't feeling well. Uh-huh. Or in like a carton, not carton, like a paper bag. Anything that is not my bed, basically. Yeah. Sleepy, sleepy. Now Maple's sleeping in the new bed and Maru is sleeping on a cat scratching thingy as we speak. I'm glad that she's sleeping in my room again though, because for a while after her surgery and stuff, she didn't want to be close to me at all anymore. And lately, she's actually cuddling up to me, but only, literally only when Maru isn't in sight or anywhere nearby. Once Maru is somewhere nearby, she gets angry. Doesn't want to cuddle and stuff. Just runs away. And there also might be some complications coming up soon, because my father is getting a new cat, despite nobody having time for that cat. I told my mother I'm against it, but she told me not to say a word to my father because she doesn't want to have fights and whatsoever. Because whenever I tell him my opinion, he gets really angry. He tells me to fuck off, basically. I don't have any rights in this house. The only right I have is to clean the table after him and all that shit. But yeah. I told her yesterday as well, again, like, she has fucking no time. We have, like, they adopted a rescue dog, which is warming up to us and, like, needs all my mother's attention, kinda. She has no time. She hardly has time for her horse and keeps complaining about it. And my father is not going to care about an animal for longer than a week, maybe. Because that's just how he is. So that leaves my little sister and me. And I don't want to take care of a cat that is not mine. It's not the cat's fault, but just sucks ass. It sucks. Not to mention it might disturb the relationship that Maple and Maru finally build. Like, I'm glad that they are getting somewhere. And Maple is basically the owner of the territory. The fuck? Around here because she's the oldest, so that will give quite some issues with it. Right. Was that a waltz in the background? Kind of. Little. I like waltz music. Do you guys know how to waltz? So it's rather easy, actually. You do. Nice. I like it. I like the kind of music they play for waltz. Kind of gives me funny vibes. Makes you want to draw like pictures where they waltz. Hello, blue octopus waltz. Dancing for dummies. I know, right? My sports teacher, I remember one time in sports class we had to waltz because some people don't know it and we had to do it for like some performance thingy in school. And she was always like, yeah, just imagine walking on a box with beer. Just take the four corners and then you dance on them. That's why I can't do it. Same. I knew someone who knew how to tango, and I was like, you have to show me. I'm interested in seeing. He never showed me though, because he never got to tango. I was very sad. Tango music is also really funny. I don't know why. It just sounds funny to me. It's so dramatic. Why is tango music always sounding so overly dramatic? It's kind of funny. Tell me you're German for telling you're German. Imagine you're dancing a box of beer. Funny enough, that teacher was Russian. I guess she just tried to talk to the Germans to understand the concept of waltz. Just imagine beer. That's how you do it. But yeah. I remember dancing with a friend and like she was like, yeah, in the beginning you just kind of walk those steps to get a feeling for it, and then when you get better at it, you spin in circles. I don't know why, but like my friend and me, the moment we started to waltz, we were already spinning. It happens so automatically. Somehow, if you like walking, you just start to spin in circles. It's kind of weird to think that people would just do that and like keep dancing the same fucking waltz dance for hours on. Like, why? Why? It's so weird. I actually think dancing is like pretty cool. People who can dance, I respect them because it takes like a lot of skill actually to make it look good. You would think like, okay, dancing is just moving around, right? Can't be that hard. Well, if you don't know what you're doing, or if you don't have the moves, it looks pretty weird. Looks like you have some seizure going on there. It's an art. Hello, shabby. Polka. Yes. There are other types of music. Be sure of that. There's not just beer related music. Yeah, but I don't know. I used to think like, I had a friend who would like take hip hop classes when we were like 13 and stuff and like that. And I was considering it, but the problem was it was after school. And I was like, yeah, I don't wanna do stuff like in school after school. I wanna go home and eat. Hello, hello. Where's my water brush? There it is. Wait, let me push this one a bit to the side. Yep. But I think it's really interesting to like watch people who can dance. I quite enjoy that actually. Like it's always mesmerizing to me how like some people come up with like dance moves for certain music. I'm like, wish I could become like them. I know, right? Who come up with like dance moves to music, and I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, how did he do that? It's like witchcraft. It's like people who see something and can write perfectly fitting music to it. I'm like, what the fuck? You skilled ass bitch. How'd you learn that? That's cool as fuck. But yeah. Lots of skill, those things. It's not even, most people won't even realize how much skill you have to develop to be able to do those things, man. It's amazing. Especially for something like dancing, you wouldn't like imagine how much work that actually is. Until you see someone trying to dance and it looks like the biggest goofball ever. Like one thing I personally always find interesting is how some people are literally unable to sway their hips. Like, you know, there are those hula hoop rings. I know, right? Dance and play instrument. Yeah, that takes a lot of focus, man. That takes a shit ton of focus. I mean, it also depends on what instrument you're playing, of course. I don't know how a person who plays the piano would rock off. Like, he can sit and yeet his head around and headbang, but there's not movement he can do. But yeah, that is indeed amazing. I feel like dancing is a skill not a lot of people appreciate. Because they don't realize how much practice you need to be able to master that. It's just like singing and all that stuff. But like seriously, sometimes you see someone dance and you're like, God damn, the way they move their body, how the fuck do they do that? Exactly, just like that icon, man. How do they move so smoothly? And then of course you're like even more lucky if you have a really flexible body. Like I personally, for example, I can't do certain moves because of my hip issues. So oh, like raising my legs, I can't really do that. Like even when I'm when I come home and my shoes are like dirty, I brush them usually before I enter the house so that I don't drag all the dirt with me, right? I can't, like my left leg works just fine to like pick it up and like how do you call that when you angle it so you can brush the sole of your shoe? I can do that with my left leg, but with my right one, not really. It doesn't work. Just doesn't work. It hurts if I do that. Like I will get a cramp in my hip. So I think I would be kind of limited when it comes to dancing as well, sadly. Seedly. That's how I feel it would be. Oopsie. Is it like a medical issue? Yeah, kind of basically. You know how your hip has like, oh god, wait. Your hip has like this structure, right? It's a bit small. So this is your hip. Usually you have your bone in here, and to that bone you have your leg bones attached, right? So the issue with me is that this bone and my hip, well, my hip has like a part that grows out like this, like it's too much bone. There's like a little bump usually, always, like you have a little bumpy here, but my bump is big. So whenever I rotate my leg, those two parts grab together and it hurts. That's painful. And that's kind of like, I can't do certain things with my hip because of that. Like it's not very flexible. I have it on both sides of my hip, left and right, but it's way worse on my right side. My left side is not as severe. It's just a bone that has grown too big. Got too much milk as a baby. I don't know. I will get fixed one day. I sadly can't really be fixed. It's something that just exists. I just personally hope that I don't need to get a replacement hip at some point, because my grandmother actually had to get one. And she can hardly walk much anymore because of it. And the problem with like hip replacements is, I don't know if it was once or twice, but you can only do it once or twice your life, and after that you can't get a new one. It doesn't work anymore. So yeah. I was told I don't need surgery, but it sucks. Basically went back and forth with the doctors just to be told, yeah, can't really help you there. But oh well, could be worse, right? At least I'm not bound to a wheelchair or something. I can't imagine being completely unable to walk. That would be horrifying. I mean, the only thing that it did to me is that I can't walk for a very long time. Like after like an hour of walking, I will be in pain. And I will have to sit down like an old lady. And my hip will kind of like ache for a few days after that as well, sadly. But the only annoying part about it is that I cannot walk as much, like walk around. I don't really enjoy going out because of that. Not because I don't want to, but because I know I will be in pain, and that kind of makes me go like, yeah. I used for a while to go running in the morning, like interval running, where I would walk and then run and walk and then run for a few seconds always. For like stamina and shit, you know. I mainly did that because I was training for a marathon back then. And while I did that, I realized, okay, well, after a certain amount of times I did it, I was in pretty big pain, like I could hardly walk anymore. Because I overdid it. And ever since then, I kind of slacked off when it comes to walking, because some days I will feel okay, but other days I already wake up with my hip having spasms, and that's not nice. So yeah. But it could be worse. So not pleasant to have, but I'm glad I can still walk at least. Just really sucks when I do a certain movement and then it just like hurts like a bitch and I'm like sitting there in pain. Waiting for it to hurt, stop hurting. Was training for a marathon back then. What? Yeah, basically a city nearby hosts marathons every year. You can win something if you like reach certain times. I told about that marathon before actually on a stream. That was basically for school. We could buy ourselves a better grade for the sports class. Because the other option was to run in a circle for 45 minutes in school. And I was like, nope, not gonna do that. I don't like running in circles, let alone for 45 minutes. So, yeah, friend and I, we trained for it, like with jogging and stuff, building up our stamina. And then the day of the marathon, she felt very sick, so we walked the entire marathon. Like, we didn't run. It was so awkward because people were like standing all over the city and like cheering for people who walked by, and they just looked at us like, are we supposed to cheer for them? Yeah, that was awkward, but my friend wasn't feeling well, so I endured it. And then, like, when we were close to the finishing line, I was like, you wanna run? And then we ran. Like, we didn't jog, we were literally running. I was like, go, you can do it. And I tried to slow down so that I wouldn't leave her behind because she couldn't run that fast. I'm like, yeah, we did it, woo. We got our grade, so that's okay. Oh, there's a piece missing of the skin. There we go. But yeah. It's kind of how I figured out, well, my body kind of sucks ass. Ah, wait, that's wrong. Fuck. Uh-huh. Well, I'm fine with that. I just want to... Oh wait, that's the wrong color. Idiot. Idiot. Stupid. Stupid. Dumb. You're the reason I feel insecure. Wait, so you prefer over 2 hours running a marathon over running 45 minutes? It wasn't over 2 hours. There were like different courses that like length la, la, la. You could run certain amounts. You could choose, basically. And we chose like, I don't know how much that was anymore, 10 kilometers or something. Not sure. But yeah. Running in circles makes me dizzy, okay? I have issues. But yeah. We did that. Still got my medal somewhere. The lady actually gave me 2 medals. Or 3. I don't remember. She gave me too many. I don't remember why, but she gave me too many of them. I think because somebody of my class didn't take theirs, but I didn't know who. They were like, yeah, can you, like, I don't know, take this medal and give it to some person? No idea who that was. I was like, guess I have 3 medals now, what the fuck? They are somewhere in a closet. Because I don't give a shit about them. Oh man. I mean, I'm not ever going to do that again, so it's not my kind of thing to do. It's so awkward with like people cheering for you and all that. It's so weird. It's so weird, man. Ah, but oh well. That was one experience. I'm never going to do that again. Not with that attitude. Another funny thing is like I went to the doctor after that at some point because my hip problem kept getting worse and I didn't know why. And it bugged me out. Does she have nail polish on? Let me check. I think she does have nail polish on. Also, I'm gonna add nail polish to her toes and all that in a second. Why am I shading the skin? I don't know, I like shading skin. Instead of coloring. But yeah. That was one experience, man. Awkward. Awkward as fuck. And then when we reached the goal, my friend was giving me a banana. Because on our way, there was a teacher and he was like, why are you not running? Why are you walking? And I told him, my friend's not feeling okay. She's kind of having blood in her mouth. Some condition. I don't remember what it was, but she had that a few times, that she was basically tasting blood. And yeah. Guess he told them to give her a banana when she arrives. For magnesium. And there's me who eats bananas every morning in my oat slurry. And I get fucking cramps regardless. Okay, I'm getting a lot of cramps in my legs lately. It's really awful. Especially when you can like feel it happening. You're like, no. No, you don't, you little bitch. Where's the other leg? Up. Yeah. Stuff we do in school. I remember the teacher with the beer boxes. Sometimes she liked me, sometimes she didn't. I have no idea why. But one time I was basically cold and sick because I had a really nasty tonsil infection. And that day we were supposed to you know, do one of those running thingies in school. But the thing was that I really wasn't feeling well, so I didn't go to school that day. And usually teachers are not allowed to give us like bad grades for when we are sick. Well, she did anyways. I had a really bad grade in school. And people were like, why do I have a bad grade while I'm like better at sports? Like even people who were like not very fond of me were like, you're like better at sports than I am, and your grade is like way worse. I was like, I don't know, I guess the teacher just can't stand me or something. Sometimes she was like, hey, yeah, talking to me all friendly and like liked me, and other times she was really mad at me. I did not understand her at all. I have no idea what I did to anger her. But somehow that always happens with female teachers and me. Somehow we don't get along. I don't know why. It's really sad. Always has been that way though. And I have no idea what I'm doing wrong. Must be something very severe. But I have no idea. It's always the female teachers. I used to have one English teacher who was like really pissed whenever people were like better at English than her. Like to some understanding. Like we didn't study it, and of course like there was another like a male friend of mine back then in school who was like really good at English as well, and we were like kind of the best in class in English. And we would correct her sometimes, or like we would read something and then she would correct us, and we would be so confused because the word, the way it was pronounced, we were like talking about it, but we were like checking it even. We was like, we did pronounce it right. She kind of corrected us incorrectly. It was like, what? That's weird. That's weird. She did not like that. She gave me. I remember I had a presentation about immigrants in America, and like I did research on what like Americans think about them and how they view it and blah 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 blah. So basically statistics, right? Now I don't have any saying on what the statistics says, obviously, because that's what the people say that were like interviewed and stuff. And there was like one thing that I said, I don't remember what it was, but it was something that was like quoted in a statistic regarding immigrants. And she was like, but you can't say it like that. That is incorrect. That's not how it works, whatever. And it's like, yeah, well, I have no saying in that because I didn't write those statistics. It's not my fault that Americans voted for that. I'm sorry. And because of that one sentence, she like downgraded my grade. Was like, yeah, because you said that. I was like, bro, man. I did not choose that option. Didn't you get sick after bananas? I mean, yeah, I can't eat more than one banana a day. But honestly, if I mix them into my oat stuff, I don't really taste them that much, which is probably a reason why I'm doing okay. I don't like bananas, actually. They are so sweet, I hate it. Kind of hate it. Well. If it helps, I mainly do it because of like a digestion and so that I don't get hungry on the day, kinda. Uh, Main reason why I eat them. And because they are good for you. What the fuck? Fucking children outside always screaming like they are getting murdered. Seriously. But yeah. I actually don't like bananas. But if it's good for me, I gotta make some compromise. It's only acceptable because I don't really taste them in that slurry. Like one reason why. I can't eat them like that actually. Like if I eat a banana without anything, that's disgusting. Got skin. Somehow the skin is not soft enough over here for me. That's better. Hydrate, sure. Yeah. Oh god. Changing sitting position. The funniest thing to me about the stream yesterday is you can tell whenever I smacked my hands into my face because my model stopped reacting. Because I was covering my face. I wonder how today's our stream is going to be. Jasmine enjoying me, so you have double screams. I need emotional support. Emotional support for playing horror games. My plushies were not enough. Love you, model. I think you did an amazing job in both the art and the Thank you. It's my second, like for myself, my second model, but I think it's the third model I rigged, if I'm not mistaken. The first one was my first model, obviously. Second one was the one for my best friend, which you can't see in action yet, sadly, because she's not streaming so far. And then this one. And now my newest one is the one I made for my little sister, but I don't know if she will stream. I did have a collab with her though, but it's on YouTube. It's not here anymore. Where I kind of had her showcase bits of it. I'm kind of proud of the way that her model turned out, honestly. It looks pretty good. You do commissions? Yeah, I do. I do. But most people tell me I'm overpricing, so I'm actually, if I calculate, I'm underpricing myself. I would need to charge way more if I were to, well, can I please select a hand? Thank you. If I were to, actually, really, well, what is this? Ah, that's the circle thing. Okay. If I were to, charge myself properly. Charge, what the fuck? I'm not charging myself. If I would charge properly, I would need to at least pay, take double of what I charge. They probably don't realize how much work it is that takes. Yeah, that's either that or like I had a few people already ask me if I do commissions, and I told them, yeah, these are the prices, and they told me, like, they even apologized that they don't have the money. I was like, it's okay. I don't expect people to commission me, but I'm not considering to lower my prices either, because a long time ago, little me offered my art for like picture like this for 30 euros. I didn't get commissions, I shit you not. Because people were still saying that's way too high. And I was like, the more I look at it, the more I feel sad, because I really kind of like underappreciated my skill set I built up over the years. And like my art style. I was like, man, 30 euros for a full body picture that I would spend more than 7 hours on. I'm like, gee. It's okay to lower prices a little at the beginning just to build a portfolio or a community, I think. but not that much. Yeah, it was way too low. I think at the moment I have like base prices that range from like, depending on what you want, 50 to like 200 euros or something for like normal commissions. And then of course you have to consider, do you want backgrounds, how detailed, like this character is fucking detailed. It would cost way more obviously because I pay a lot of attention to details. I get frustrated whenever I forget a detail and I notice it too late. Like I drew a picture for my best friend once and I was so frustrated because I forgot a teeny tiny detail on the character and I already uploaded it and all and rendered it completely, so I couldn't change it anymore. It's like I was so mad at myself. But yeah, like even if I think back, like my art style hasn't changed that much in the past 10 years because I took a long break from art at some point in my life for a few years that I drew maybe like 3 times a year or something, so I didn't improve much. But my anatomy improved quite a bit over the past few years, I feel like. It's not perfect, of course, but I got better. And I changed a little, like the eyes, for example. I changed a bit. I like them more now than I did before. And yeah. I need the, it's just so much work and people don't know. This one. I need to color in the hair because I feel like I forgot some bits. Thank you. Pretty clean, that's kind of what I'm going for. Though I must say I really like messy art as well. People who have like a messy art style, it's so pretty too. This one is pink, I think. This and this probably as well then. Same with this. There the pearl goes behind. I didn't do that. Is that a mistake? Is that from the reference, right? Can't really see it in those pictures. See, it doesn't go behind. It's because they all look different. It's so confusing, man. It's so vague. These characters are so vague. So hard to draw them, man. But yeah. I try to get the details right of characters and also like hopefully draw them that it suits their personality, which is why I struggle so much with like fan art. Because I don't know how to draw characters that I don't like know the personality of. It feels weird. Like I can't draw a brooding character all happy and cheerful. It feels wrong. Sometimes. I used to watch a lot of anime when I was younger. I watch, like, if there's some anime popping up on my recommendation all the time on, like, Instagram or something, I will go into it. Like, I looked into Spike's Family, or Spy Family, however you wanna call it. And, like, the first season, I looked into it because I saw it everywhere. Yeah, that one is kinda cute. I looked into that one. The first season, I didn't start the second season because I hate waiting for episodes. I watched Naruto, but only with skipping the fillers because filler episodes are fucking awful. My favorite anime is Code Geass. Always will be. Despite being ancient. It's a really nice anime. I watched a lot of animes, kind of, but I don't remember most of them anymore. Have you heard of the How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend? How to raise a boring girlfriend? No, never heard of that. I'm personally not a fan of a romance genre. I don't know. I cringe so hard at romance animes. Yes, I don't know. They make me cringe because there are like so many unrealistic cliches all the time, and I'm like, and not to mention most romance animes are like really heavily packed at fan service, like unnecessary fan service, and I'm like, or harem. I hate harem. Like actual harem stuff. I don't like it. Feel like, I don't know. Wait, is the side thing gold or is it? I guess it's gold. Understandable. To each their own. I actually like, I remember one creepy anime I watched, like Corpse Party, with like my little sister when we were still pretty young. She wouldn't leave my side anymore for the entire day. She was scared. I only watched it because friends were like, yeah, you gotta watch it. I was like, okay, I hate horror stuff, but okay. I don't remember shit about the anime anymore, to be honest. I just know there's a lot of gore in it, but I don't know shit. It's so long ago. I also remember that I watched Sword Art Online when it came out because my friends were like, "Ah, you gotta watch it," and then they were asking what I think of it, and I was like, "Well, the first half is okay. Then they all turn into crybabies, and I hate the second half, and I'd never watched the season after that because the anime was getting cringy to me." Like, I really dislike the part with the sister. Like, what is it with the incest shit all the time? Can you just, like, stop? Why? Why does this always have to happen? Why can't siblings ever just be siblings? Why do people always have to romanticize them? I hate it. The animes I could actually good enjoy. I don't know if there's really like trying to think if there's a romance anime that I really like. I liked Violet Evergarden, but not because of romance, but because it helped me cry my eyes out when I needed it. And it's so fucking beautiful. Like, the art style is what drew me to watch it. Not the story. I didn't give a shit about the story. I just wanted to. I was like, God, the art style is so pretty. And I was like, yeah, the anime is kind of good. The newest, like, the last movie is not my kind of thing because of the romance, but I guess it's good. Also, they spoiled the ending basically just by the picture of the anime to begin with, which is fucking stupid. Like, you knew exactly what's going to happen in that anime, in that last movie, because of the fucking picture they published before the anime was even like the film was even released. Made me cry like a baby. Nice. Yeah, I cried like a baby as well. Especially at the some episode that really made me cry was the one with the mother that passed like letters to her daughter after she died. Like, that shit was heartbreaking. Or the father who lost his kid to cancer or whatever that was, with the umbrella scene. That was so beautiful. I like those episodes. Probably that's like a plus point to me for the last movie, is that they actually took that one episode with the mother and the mother, basically the daughter there, and then her whatever grandchild, I guess it was the main character, to create the movie. That was kind of cool that they didn't just bury the episode because like it happened, like a lot of animes do. Oh, thanks for the follow, you scared me. Gee. But yeah, I think that was pretty cool that they did that. Like I feel sad that in a lot of animes, it's always like something happens and they treat it like it never happened or something. It's just over, you know? I think my favorite movie is the one with the friendship bond thingy. That one was kind of nice. There were 3 movies, were there? I just remember that one and the last one, though. There was another one, I believe. That one was kind of wholesome, man. The girl being married off and like keeping it all a secret and shit. Oh, wait. I forgot to add lines. Yep. And I liked seeing the blonde dude get a little bit more story with the high heels. Guy has style. Like in the last movie, I find it really cute how the red-haired dude has like really fatherly relationship to Violet. Relationship to Violet. That's kind of cute. Feel bad for him when she was gone. Feels bad. Yeah, there were some wholesome things in that anime. But the art style is just so gorgeous, man. Was like the main reason why I was like, God, I gotta watch this when it comes out. When they like released the first teasers and stuff, I was like, Jesus Christ, that thing looks amazing. The details. You have a riddle for me, oh boy? Oh no. What building has the most stories? Building? You mean like in real life, or what do you mean? Is this like a question for history stuff, or is it just like a trick question? Or do you mean the stories as in floors? My overthinking brain, there's so many options. Up to you to find the answer. Ah. Is this a pun? The thing is, you could be asking me something historical right now. You could be trying to make a pun. You could be referring to just the fuck. No, just some building. Just common knowledge. The answer to my riddle are always easy. Oh boy, if the answers are easy, then I will not know them because I struggle a lot with finding easy answers, man. Struggle a lot with that. Jesus Christ, fucking truck. That scared me. Is there something else that's gold on her? There's something on her back. I don't care about the back though. The rings on the side, the axes are golden. The answer is the library. Why? Because of history? Stories? Okay, so it is a pun, kind of, isn't it? Stories. Ah, you mean like stories that are told. You see, there are so many ways to view it. Books with stories. My brain is just like, you could mean so many things by stories. You could mean that. You could mean like the floors, because some people call those like... Do they? Ah, no, my brain is confused. Different building stories? Is that what they call them? I'm not sure right now. Now my brain is confused. You could mean the history of a building that a building has itself. So many options. My brain doesn't function in an easy way. I just think about everything that could be. And I'm blinded by what it actually is. What is so fragile that that saying its name breaks it? What? Saying its name? Yeah, those are the kind of things that are like what runs but has no feet. What falls from the sky but won't break. Your nose? Why does it break? You mean because you don't breathe when you're talking? You can have a runny nose. About your question. Oh. Yeah, I guess you could also have that, but the answer is actually, what do you call it? The thing at the sink where the water comes out. It's running water. It's running, but it has no feet. Like trick questions. Fragile. Breaks when you say its name. What? What breaks when you say its name? Break? Something else. Gold. This thing is gold as well. Gold is a lot of fun to color, but also not. Shut up. What? Breaks. Wait, is it still the same playlist? It is. Shut up. She got told to shut up. What? What's a fretch? I can't even spell anymore. Gold. Wait, what? Saying it's fragile. Huh? But why is it fragile? The air bubble in your mouth. Oh shit. Ah shit. Silence. Silence is fragile? I mean, I guess it is if it breaks. Unless you're muted and people can't hear you. Ha! Cats are sleeping. That happens to me quite a lot, okay? I forgot to unmute myself sometimes when I start streaming. Because I'm very smart. Gee. Man. I'm nervous about the stream later. I wonder how creepy that game is. Do you die in that game? I mean, you die in most horror games, don't you? It's kind of the gist behind it. I'm streaming the what is it? Assistant Mort, the Mort thing assistant. It's gonna be alright, it's not. I mean, I had to laugh at one of the trailers on Steam because apparently you can like move the corpse around and he just decided to point a middle finger at the viewer. I was like, that's funny. I haven't seen it before. Yeah, I see people playing it, but I'd never watched anyone play it because the game that I played yesterday I also had like no idea about anything, which is why I was so confused, especially in the beginning of like what I'm doing. Because in my brain I thought we are supposed to find the killers of our sister, but we are just supposed to solve random crimes on our PC while we are trying not to get killed by two dudes that are like breaking into our house or something. So yeah. I didn't know shit about it, and it's the same with this game as well. So I get confused very easily. 7 p.m. CET. I need to change the time for Sunday still because of the time change. But Sunday is no horror game. Sunday is Ori. Watching me struggle to even play a game on a keyboard because I suck at keyboard playing games. Oh, it's still. CET will be on Sunday or Monday. I'm not sure right now, one of them. I think it's Sunday. Chess told me I have to change my time, as far as I remember. Sure. You're welcome to watch me scream. Okay. This thing is gold. Tomorrow, okay, so tomorrow I have to change the time then. Because I forgot about it when I made my schedule. And the thing is that like at the moment I'm alone and I'm with my mother. Because my sister and my father went to visit my grandmother. Very far away from here. They live like both my grandparents' sides. I mean, my grandfather's one is not existent and the other one is dead. They both live like very far away. My grandmamas. Several hours away. That's why I also don't really have a connection with them. Like, they came by a few times when I was a child, but ever since then, there's not really anything because of that. So yeah, I kind of have to help out with stuff. So I have the difficulties planning stuff. So maybe I will start at 6 or at 7 once the time has changed on Sunday. With Ori. But usually when wintertime hits, I stream a bit longer because it gets darker sooner, which means as soon as it gets dark, I have less to do, which is great. More time for everything else. Did I get everything that's gold? Head, this piece, the ears, chest, the arms. This thing is not gold, is it? Behind view. Can't see that. Okay. Feet. What color does the ring have? Is that... It's dark. It's not. It's brown. It's not gold. Okay. Oh wait, there's something else that's gold. These things are gold as well. This. These is gold as well. I see. I would like to do something fun for Halloween, but like I have no idea what kind of game I could play there. I was thinking about doing something with friends, because that is even more fun if everybody is scared. But I feel like that's too sudden for most of them to like be around for games, and I wouldn't know what game to play with them. So yeah, that's an issue. Chill, still trying to figure what to do on Halloween. I mean, Halloween is on Monday, isn't it? It's so weird, because usually I don't stream on Mondays. Usually I try to work on the days that I don't stream. And some weeks I have a lot of work on my hands. Some I have less. At the moment, I'm pretty packed. Because I'm trying to make up for the week that I will most likely not really be around for either streaming or working because of university. Hehe. Oopsie. Choo choo. Oh. Yeah, I will. Ah, fuck. Oopsie. I didn't mean to zoom. Shit. I was thinking, like, I mean, I feel like this game is, like, not really suited for a long time playing. Like, I played Who's Your Daddy with my little sister, right? It's fun to, like, fool around in it, but I feel like it's more fun if there's, like, more people. So... yeah. And they also have to buy it. She never does. What are you talking about? I'm trying. Not my fault I hit myself when I'm scared. It's just a reflex. I don't know, I just wanna hide my face or something. I have no idea why I'm doing that, okay? I have no clue. I have no clue why I do that. And I shall not question it either. Also, I realized that the ears, the fluff part inside. Wait, what? Ah. I see. I see. Okay, we'll make her take care of herself. Can I move this down? I mean, I'm honestly, one thing that I'm the most stressed about that week, university, is that the project is a group project, and the thing is that the class has a limitation for people, like 30 people or something, I guess. And it's a mix of each semester, from 1 to all the other numbers. So there will be newbies. And I know how new people are at university. And I also had a few group projects, and I really hate having them in school and university because I always end up with the kind of people who don't bother to get work done, and I really need that work done because I need those grades to finish my studies. So I'm a bit anxious about who I end up with because I hate being the one who carries the group. It's so exhausting. Like, I can do it, but I hate doing it. I hate kicking people in the ass and be like, you gotta work, you stupid ass bitch, because I want my grade and I'm not going to do your job. Like, you expect people to kind of, like, do something because they are older compared to school, but there's not much you can do about it, yeah, sadly. Also, like, the train travels are annoying. I hate train travels. Because, especially at the moment, the trains are constantly late or rescheduled all the time. It's really bad at the moment. So yeah, that's an issue. There we go, ears. Floppy ears. They are cute. It's annoying, but what can you do, right? Not much, sadly. Well, it's purple. Gotta see all the... There's like so many different purples though in her clothes. It is purple. Okay. But once I'm done with that class, there's one less thing to worry about, luckily. That's at least one thing. Look. The chest piece. Flower. So many fucking details, man. I love details, but it takes so long. Like, I feel like this piece would have been hella expensive. I mean, I take even longer on stream, so I usually don't take that long when I'm on my own. But, you know, that's just how it is when you're like trying to hold a conversation with people, because I do care about that. I do care about talking to people on stream. I mean, you guys are the main reason why I do this, so... Okay. So... that... purple... shoe things are purple and... Oh god. Purple and yellow. Shh. You know, the funny thing is I never played Genshin Impact. Before I drew this picture, like the sketch for it, I watched a bunch of videos regarding her lore and everything, so I have some understanding about her character. So I can at least kind of try draw her the way that she appears to be the person to me. And what else is purple? Oopsie. Just something purple on her back, but I don't know what that is. Those things up there are purple as well. Got a little addicted to Genshin, but it's fun to just wander around the world and more explore. Yeah, like for me, it's the part that these kind of games are very time consuming. And I know that they are addicting. But like, I'm a very story-driven person, and I'm sad that this game is like the typical, you have to wait several months for a new update so you get more story done. Not a fan of that particular. There's something. It's like one issue I have with it. The other thing being that I don't like the fact that like you are kind of supposed to spend quite a lot of money on it, right? You can play it without money, but it's harder that way to get somewhere without grinding your life away. Those are just things that I really dislike. That make me not wanna play it. But like when I first saw it announced, it was like, this game is beautiful. If it wasn't for the fact that the kind of game it is, I would love to play it. But that's just a big reason for me to keep my hands off it, honestly. Yeah. If it wasn't for that, I mean, the game really is beautiful. It's a shame. What? It's a pretty cool game series. Never heard of that game, I think. But like, Genshin came out when like Breath of the Wild was pretty hyped, didn't it? Which is probably also why it gained so much attention, because everyone was like, oh, it's a Breath of the Wild rip-off, blah blah blah, because of the similar art style. But yeah, I mean, the character designs are beautiful, can't deny that. It's just a fact. The music is really nice. I mean, I don't even play the game. And also, as far as I'm aware, they put a lot of like thought into their designs and like the world building, I think. Just sad that like the story apparently is like not that great. No. But I feel for me it's mainly also the part that I don't want to get addicted to a game anymore. And feel like I have to play it. Like, I hate when games start to feel like a job rather than something you can enjoy in your time off. Right? Kinda steals from Zelda. Yeah. It looks a lot like it, yeah. And it probably got a lot of its popularity thanks to Zelda as well. Most likely. So, can't deny that, I feel. I feel like I need to make this thing smaller. Let me try this again. Okay. Ah, what? That's still a bigger one. Need to make it smaller, I said. Let's try this again. God, I'm so excited for the new Zelda game though. That's something I'm really excited for. And that's also early next year that it comes out, right? It's like another game I'm actually really excited playing. Okay, now draw this again because the lines are fucking pixelated and that looks like shit. I once got a comment on one of my posts because like I sometimes post on Instagram when I have the time to like make short videos. I remember somebody basically saying something about not even playing Genshin Impact. I didn't know if that was supposed to be an insult towards me or if that was supposed to be a praise. I have no idea what to think of that comment. But since most of the comments on that video were very negative, I was like, well, I guess it was supposed to be an insult. I have no idea. People were very upset in that video. Because I did a very basic VTuber-like post. Stretch. Wanna hear my grandma bones crack? Started. Oh, they are not cracking today. Oh. Somehow getting so warm in my room. It's heating up, man. Save you. I always save it, don't worry. I once, a long time ago, I drew a picture. And I lost all my process of it because my laptop died. That's a long time ago, but basically that happened. And ever since then, I cannot draw unless I save all the fucking time. Trauma. Very traumatized. I save after almost every little line I make. Control S all the time, yes. Can't go without saving constantly. Oops. This kind of has a, where is it? Is it? Something like this effect on it. There we go. Earrings done. Hydrate, sure. My water is warm. It's disgusting. It's just like a... Is that gold? Is that just kind of yellowish? Guess it's just here on the sides. Kinda. Oopsie, it's the wrong. Just wanna look at the shoes, man. The very bottom one. It's not on the others? I guess not. If that's how it is, then it shall be. I suppose. Anchovy. You guys like anchovy? I think they can be pretty neat, because they are salty. That was random. Trying to think what colors I can put on here, because this is what that's just this purple. Everything that's purple is on here. So is the purple touching the red? It's close. I can do the dark brown, I suppose. I'm gonna do this. Gonna colorate that white and then draw over it the sleeves down. This is dark brown. Yay. Picture's going to take me forever because I only draw it on stream. If I didn't just draw it on stream, I would have already finished it. Oops. This one up there. Because I was told people would like me to finish a picture on stream eventually, because I usually just start it and I'd maybe draw it twice. And then I draw it offline. Because how many parts are those already? 7 or something? It's a long-ass process. If she wasn't that detailed, I would probably not take this long, but she is, so I take forever. Obviously. Very detailed. That just mesmerizes me even more, how some people, like, as soon as a trailer drops or something, people know, oh yes, this is going to give them like attention and all of that, of course, because it's a new character. People want to see fan out of it, right? But like they draw within like 30 minutes or something, like what the fuck? You sick maniac, how did you do that? No. It's always amazing to me. Like when Pokemon released that trailer of that VTuber-ish character. Man, just a few minutes in and I just saw fan art everywhere and it was like, what the fuck, guys? How? I already take 3 hours to do a sketch. To make it look like something that I'm willing to post. They are like, psych. Here, have fan art. I drew this in 5 seconds, but it looks like it took me like 7 hours or something. And I'm always like, what the fuck just happened? It's amazing. Speed draw is 101, eh? Cloud. Like I was tempted sometimes when some of the new Genshin characters are released and I really liked their design. I was like really tempted to draw them, but I didn't because since I don't play the game, I don't know a lot of the aesthetics and all that I can't like implement in my drawings because of that, obviously. And I'm like, I also take several hours, sometimes days to draw because I don't have like the time on my hands mostly to just sit here and draw. I have other things to do. And I just like, man, I envy those people. It's insane. What kind of like super speed Saiyajin hands do you have, man? What did you do to require those powers? Never finish anything, just do the sketch in 3 hours and then save it and never touch it again. I do that sometimes. I have a lot of pictures that are unfinished. Yeah, they're just sitting there in their corner and I sometimes look at them and I'm like, they don't look that bad. I have a Demon Slayer picture that I actually think looks really nice. That I started on stream as well. But once I didn't stream it anymore, I didn't touch it anymore. It's like, it just sits there in the corner, very sad and lonely and left alone and no art. And I'm like, I really like this picture. I think I did well. I started like some of the coloration and shading, but I never finished it. I was like, I do this all the time. Started so many pictures here on stream, like sketching or outlining them or whatever, and then I never touched them again. But that's mostly in my case because I just don't have the time for it. And like I had a talk on my Discord with like my viewers regarding art because I personally always feel like it's boring to watch me draw on the same pictures for like several streams in a row. That's at least how I would perceive it, because I don't know, maybe it's interesting. But then I was told that people are actually interested in seeing like the entire process, like from start to finish for a piece, and it would be really cool if I would do that someday. So I decided, well, why not, right? Maybe I should have done it with a less detailed character. But, well, since that's what people say, I was like, okay, gonna give it a try, I guess. And if they like it, I can do this more often. I mean, I also have pictures that I could stream, but I don't because they are like often supposed to be surprises for people. Like, for example, the picture I drew for my best friend for her birthday. I could have streamed that, but I didn't because even if I know that she mostly won't watch my streams, I'm more cautious because like I don't want her to know, of course, if it's a surprise. So, yeah. That's that. No. Maybe someone would make a page to finish pics, can make some friends. I mean, I mentioned that in my last stream. I would be pretty interested in like seeing what people would make out of my drawings if I would do something like that. But I don't know how many people would actually be interested in that kind of stuff. Like, I find it interesting how different a picture can turn out depending on the art style. Like, you see sometimes the sketch of people, and it looks completely different once they are done drawing it. Because the art style is just so, how do you call it? It has such a certain way of looking that it totally changes the sketch in the end. Because of the coloration and everything, right? Maybe do a challenge like 3 hours and try to finish so you speed the process. Oh boy, 3 hours? That won't work. Maybe you will discover that you can draw faster than you think you can. The problem with me is that I need to like the picture that I'm drawing. Like this, I need to be happy with the sketch. to even feel like I can continue the piece, because if I don't like the sketch, I will not finish the picture, because I can't finish something I'm not proud of, right? So the sketch usually takes like a lot of time already for that. I usually sketch before stream so that I don't like just sketch for forever and like toss everything. Also takes like stress away from me, because if I don't have a sketch before stream, I feel stressed. That like some days you just can't draw. Any artist kind of has that, I think. That sometimes you're just unable to draw properly. And other times you're like the hand god. You can draw hands like a god. So that's one aspect. And then, I mean, there are a few steps that could make me draw faster. Like I see a lot of people, for example, use the selection tool for coloring in. My issue with that is that I have open lines a lot, because I think it looks nicer than like if everything is closed. Makes the art looks a bit more loose and not so stiff, I feel. And also it pixelates the lines on the border, which looks like shit. And I like when my art looks rather clean. I pay a lot of attention to that, actually. Personal issues, man. Oopsie. I'm wondering, like, if I do chibi art, I can finish that within one stream. That works. I drew a few of my emotes during stream, and those are chibi art, basically. Even with sketching in stream. But yeah. Oops, that's the wrong layer. There are a lot of personal issues when it comes to art. That things just have to look a certain way. Last day I saw League of Legends artists, and he finished his artwork like 20 hours, like 5 hours just sketching, and the rest just details. Yeah, it's preference. If you pay a lot of attention to details, like I myself do too, it takes longer. Like there are a lot of things that I do after I'm done with the picture, like there are certain filters you put on to make your art look smoother or something. I add like details to the hairs afterwards, so generally like I play around with brushes and put on some stuff, so that takes some time as well. Yeah. Like the end, when I'm done with art, there's usually also like an hour or two or something involved with just checking what looks nice color-wise and all that. And then another issue is that I like to draw during the daytime, actually. Like if I finish a piece on stream, I usually would wait to the next day until I upload it, because I have a like blue filter on my screen during the night, so that the blue light doesn't hurt my eyes that much. And that fakes the colors. It ruins it. So I usually wait until the next morning to go over my art and like check if the colors are all how I imagined them, or correct them, and then I apply the filters that I like. It's usually how I do it. Because in the evening everything has a yellow tint to it. It looks pretty yellow. And we don't want that here. You should maybe get some blue filter glasses instead, so you can remove them to check the color and put it back on. Maybe, but they are hella expensive. My little sister, like, she has to wear glasses in general. I don't. She has those filter glasses, and man, the amount of money she pays for them every time she has to get new glasses. Gee. Expensive, that shit. I mean, new glasses in general are expensive. I'm glad I usually don't need them. I mean, she has those glasses and she still uses the filter on the PC. So. Yeah. True, true. I mean, the thing as well is like when it gets dark, this sounds so weird, but I get somewhat colorblind. Like with digital art, it's not that bad. It's still a bit of like some colors, I know they are not black, for example, but they look black to me. Because my eyes are like being deceived by the light around everywhere. Even if I have like every light in my room on, it's still like my eyes can tell this is like not sunlight, this sucks, I can't see properly. So yeah, I don't know. That was even worse when I used to like draw with actual pens and like on paper and stuff. Because I couldn't tell what's dark green or dark blue. It all looked black to me. Like, what the fuck is this shit? That's like something I notice a lot. Like when I look at a picture, then next morning I used to like use way too bright colors. Like I have a pretty much color true screen for art because that's important to me. It sucks that like on every screen it looks different. Like my art looks pretty dark on like a phone. I generally like my art style. I usually use like more muted colors for my own art if it's not fan art, because I like muted colors more. And sometimes on my phone it just looks black. Everything's black. All my screens are calibrated differently. I don't know which one is true. I think it says somewhere. Usually, like mine is telling me that it has like 99% whatever RGB light, blah blah blah, correction. So that you have a pretty true color to imagine when you print it. It will look pretty much like that. But those screens are usually like way more expensive, of course, because it's like an extra thingy. And I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because people watch your stuff from all over the world, from all kind of screens. So no matter what you do, there will always be screens that don't see the art like you do. Especially phones. Phones are shit, man. They suck at representing colors in art. So bad. Like the funny thing is, because of my screen, my little sister always like she sends me pictures of her like characters when she's doing like reference sheets or like designing them, just to have a look at the clothes and like the colors, what would look better, because it looks so different on other screens. But yeah, if I look at my second monitor, everything is so much brighter over there. Over here, this is like a pretty rather saturated reddish brown, and over there it is like a very dull looking yellowish brown instead of a reddish brown. Like looks very different on both screens. I can really tell. You see, that's purple brown, yeah, but you can see over here it's like in the reddish pinkish region, so it's really, that's an issue with screens. I really hate that they don't like create a norm of like, why don't just try and make every screen trying to represent a more accurate like appearance, you know? I mean, I guess it's not important unless you're like a graphic designer or something, because you most likely won't ever print anything out in colors. But like if you do, it's really important. But like another thing that is really stupid because of that, if you buy stuff online, like clothes, nail polish, whatever, you will perceive the colors very differently from what it will be in real life, which sucks ass. That's like one of my biggest concerns. Imagine you want a purple nail polish, but it looks blue on your screen. And then you get it, and like you're like, oh, this is not blue, this is purple. Yeah. That's an issue. That's an issue with screens, man. Use only black and white. Yeah, that's the way. Just use black and white and you can't do anything wrong. That's one way to solve the issue. I mean, black and white art can look very amazing. There are artists who only use black and white mainly and maybe have an accent of red or blue. Like, those pieces look insane. I sometimes want to draw something like that, but I don't know how to do that properly in my art style without it looking really weird. Like monochrome stuff, and that it looks so cool. It's so cool. Ah, fuck, this does not work. Cannot put the shoes on the same layer. Okay. Because there is the purple band that touches the fucking shoe. Here we go. We're gonna cut this out. Fuck. Cut this out. Put it down here. Can't put this on the same layer, I see. Trying to save layers, man. I already use like so many layers whenever I draw. How to layer 101. The most frustrating thing, like I'm using Paint Tool Sai, right? Like I have Clip, but I don't like drawing in Clip. I only use Clip for backgrounds and like filters that I don't have in Sai. So it kind of sucks whenever I have a certain amount of layers. It will tell me you can't add any more layers. You have to merge. Because there's a layer limitation. I also can only use a certain screen size as well. Like Clip screen sizes are huge, enormous. And then there's Sai. Just like, nope. That too big, my brother. That too big. You shall not use the size. Anything else dark brown? So I made the shoes. The shoes are dark brown. That one ring on her leg is dark brown. Poor Krita gang. I never used Krita. I actually never really changed from Sai. If I'm completely honest. See. Back thingy is brown. Those ribbons are brown as well. I see. These are brown as well. I remember when I got my my previous laptop, I tried to change the colors so much, cause you can like change the filter on your screen to like desaturate and all that. Yeah, I did that on my old laptop. Because I was so bothered that the light and everything was so different from the one that I had before that. Pissed me off. Everything was so colorful on that new laptop. I was like, what the fuck? Can I desaturate it, please? There's just something about these saturated colors that I prefer. Like, really colorful colors hurt my eyes. I can't look at them, it just hurts. Especially if it's so overwhelming. I prefer them as like accent colors. Like I have mainly dark ones and then a few spots that I've highlighted with like bright colors. That's more pleasant to my eye. Oops. Okay. After the stroke, I may have to leave because I gotta do some stuff at home. I didn't finish the coloration, abuhu. Finish it tomorrow morning, I guess. I like desaturated everything, and one main saturated color I think looks really good. Yeah, exactly like that. Like I have a lot of characters who are like mainly dark colored with their clothes and stuff. And they might have like really colorful eyes or something, or like an accessory that is like a bright, whatever, pink or turquoise or something to pop out. Really rarely I have characters who have like a red coat or something, because that will, like, that just pierces your eye. That's just a oopsie personal preference of mine. Just a personal preference. No one would dress like that in real life. I mean, I see people who wear like really bright red coats, so they do exist. I'm just not one of them. I just wear all black. Okay, I hope I added everything that is brown to it. Oh, it's saving. Please don't die on me. Thank you. We have the lines. Well, guess I could make those, but nope, they need to be on another layer. Guess I kind of got it for now. Gonna check that next time. Tomorrow, I hope, if I stream in the morning, I will finish the colors and like add the patterns and everything to it. And then maybe next week I will start with the shading, and then I see, like, the shading shouldn't take that long. That's basically the main art after all. Whew, this is exhausting. Yeah. Let me update this thingy over here. So I will be here later for a horror game. I might have a friend in voice chat to emotionally support me. I got here late. Oh, don't worry. I will be here tomorrow, probably as well in the morning. But yeah, I will continue the colors. Unlike today, there's a horror stream as well, so I will be back later. But I have to go now because I got to do stuff. Discord with Twitch chat, let's go. I think that would be a bit too chaotic. But, I would need all my mods around for that to make sure I feel comfortable. Anyways, thanks for being here today. Thanks for the conversations. They're always nice to have. I hope I don't forget to. Sure, if you have time for it, feel free to do so. Anyways, I hope you have a nice rest of the day and maybe see you later. Bye bye. Chup chup.